Once upon a time, in a modern city, there lived a robot named Robi. Robi worked in a large and shiny factory, repairing machines all day long. He was very good at his job, and although he had a heart like a human, a robot could have a heart, but he was never truly happy. Robi was tired of doing the same tasks over and over and longed to discover more. His biggest dream was to leave the city and see different places. One day, the factory owner gave him a special task. Robi had to go to an old forest outside the city and repair an ancient machine there. This mission was very exciting for Robi because it would be his first time venturing outside the city. Robi set off at the break of dawn. Along the way, he marveled at the trees, flowers, and birds. This scenery, so different from the city, filled his heart with joy. After a long walk, Robi finally reached the forest. The forest was a quiet and peaceful place, filled with tall trees. But Robi immediately noticed that something was different. This forest was no ordinary forest. There was a kind of magic hidden in everything. Robi found the machine he was supposed to repair. It was an old watermill. However, the mill had long since stopped working, and its gears had come to a halt. Just before Robi could start his repairs, he heard a voice from deep within the forest. The voice said, "Welcome, little friend." Robi looked around but couldn't see anyone. However, he felt that every tree, flower, and animal in the forest was watching him. Suddenly, a beam of light appeared in front of Robi. It was the magical owl, the guardian of the forest. The owl said, "Robi, you didn't just come here to repair a machine. You're here to discover the true magic of this forest." Robi was surprised. "Magic? I'm just a robot. What could I possibly do with magic?" he asked. The magical owl smiled and said, "Every being carries a piece of magic within them. Your magic is your curiosity and desire to learn. In this forest, you'll discover things you've never seen before. But first, you must repair the watermill." Robi thought about what the magical owl had said and got to work. He worked for hours, oiling rusty gears and fixing broken cogs. Finally, the mill started working again. As the mill's gears began to turn, the atmosphere in the forest changed. The trees grew greener, and the birds began to sing more cheerfully. And at that moment, Robi felt the magic of the forest. The magical owl reappeared. "You've done a wonderful job, Robi. Now, you shall receive your reward," it said. Robi looked on curiously. "A reward?" he asked. The owl said, "This forest is a powerful place that can grant any wish." "What is your wish, Robi?" Robi thought for a moment. He had worked with machines all his life, but he had never really made any real friends. "My only wish is to have a friend," he said. The owl was delighted by Robi's wish. With a flap of its wings, it brought forth a small child from the depths of the forest. The child's name was Lucas. Lucas had been lost in the forest for a long time and couldn't find his way home. When Robi saw Lucas, they immediately became friends. Lucas, on the other hand, wasn't afraid of Robi's big, metallic hands and quickly grew to love him. From that day on, Robi and Lucas spent time together. Lucas taught Robi about the human world, games, and stories. Robi, in turn, taught Lucas how to repair machines and how fun it was to explore the world. Their friendship made the forest an even more magical place. One day, when Lucas's family came to find him, Robi was very sad. But Lucas said, "Don't worry, Robi. I'll never forget you. You're my best friend. One day, I'll come back to visit you." Lucas went home with his family, but Robi wasn't lonely. Because now, he had become a magical part of the forest, and every evening, he would go to sleep happily, thinking of Lucas.